welcome to the BVarsity live game night post-game show here for Friday, October 12th. We have a few guys, Josh Bennett and Teddy Feinberg, still doing the final work, so I'm making sure we get the paper out tomorrow. They will be in just a second. Actually, here comes Bennett right now. He's making his way around. We do have John Mettis down there. John, say hello, 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 hello. So, how is this for a Friday
Josh.
night? The two teams in Bakersfield that changed league affiliations this year are now undefeated 3 weeks into league play. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty
when you
good.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And they both won in kind of a
Did
last
you have to
second
tell me the scores?
yeah,
Yeah.
last second fashion. So Josh Bennett, everybody, say hello.
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 I knew I should have taken East.
I told you to take you.
I couldn't do it. And
Let's get into that stuff in just a second.
right.
Just calm down, relax, gentlemen. Let's give the viewers what they want. And that's tomorrow's sports section. Here's the front page tomorrow. Look at that right there.
Best part's at
East
the bottom, in my
in
opinion.
control. BCHS winners. So there's the two teams we were just talking about.
Yeah.
And then Brewers stunned Kershaw on the Dodgers. So the Dodgers are down one, lose 6-5 tonight.
Yeah, they almost
Kershaw
came back,
got
yeah.
lit up in 2 innings of work. And then John's BC preview coming tomorrow.
Assuming that happens.
Yeah, assuming that happens. Gosh, did you guys hear about what happened tonight? So,
Yeah.
so modern day St. John Bosco tonight down at the Santa Ana Bowl. Lightning bolt hits a tree in the stadium. They have to postpone the game. Nothing happened. Everybody go home. They're going to play it tomorrow night at 7:30. And Fox Sports West actually is still going to air the game live tomorrow night, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But everybody had to come. So now, do you go to USC Colorado or do you go to St. John? Do you go to Bosco Modern Day tomorrow
Bosco
night?
Modern Day.
Dang it! I got
one-
tickets to USC Colorado
you
tomorrow.
really?
Yes. What do I do?
well, then go to the college game.
I don't know
Come
what I-
on.
Let's go to the college game.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
And then here's our BVarsity page. John Mettis' game that he was at tonight. Garces forcing 6 turnovers tonight. We'll get into all of that in just a second.
6 turnovers, they still almost barely won.
Which is incredible. We'll get into that game in
yeah.
just a second. Teddy's going to join us in just a second. He was in the office tonight kind of curling everything. So let's start off first with the top-ranked team in Kern County. Liberty still undefeated in league play. The Patriots are now, on paper, 7-1 overall, 3-0 in league play after beating Stockdale tonight. 31-7. Stockdale now has lost the first 3 games in Southwest Yosemite League play. The reason I say that Liberty is 7-1 on paper, but 6-2 on the field is because Mission Viejo, who beat Liberty in the first week of the season, had to forfeit their games. It came down on Monday. Their first 4 games, which were all wins. The team is 8-0 on the field. The Diablos had an ineligible player, a guy I think was a 3rd or 4th string wide receiver is what I'm hearing. But he was ineligible, was ineligible,
Yep.
didn't have the paperwork correct, and so they had to forfeit the first 4 games, which happened to be also a game that they beat Liberty in. So Liberty on paper is 7-1 with only the loss to Clovis Buchanan, who beat Clovis tonight in play. So,
Yeah, and that makes the Liberty BHS game a little more interesting now.
yeah, definitely. So,
Not that it wasn't already. But,
yeah,
you know.
so here we go. This is obviously setting up what we think is going to set up in 2 weeks, and that's BHS and Liberty both likely 4-0 in league play after the Drillers beat Frontier tonight 35-7. Diana, we've got video highlights that you shot tonight of this game as the Drillers move to 6-2 overall and 3-0 in league play, while Frontier is now 2-6 and 0-3 in league play.
Yeah.
So the Drillers at home tonight against the Titans. The Titans had a blowout loss last week, 38-0 to Liberty. So they're getting the hard part of the league schedule out of the way, and Paul Gola bringing his Drillers out. And here in the first quarter, Isaac Jernigan, big game, takes the pass from Cameron Williams. First of 2 touchdown catches for Jernigan in the first quarter. That one 14 yards, makes it 7-0. He had another one, a 12-yard gain from Williams. Sorry, guys. So Isaac Jernigan, the junior, told some national recruits this week that USC is his number one school. He had 3 touchdowns. You saw the 10-yard touchdown pass, and then there's Cameron Bonner with a 14-yard touchdown run, and it's a 35-7 victory for BHS. So the Drillers do what the Drillers do. They run the ball well. Isaac Jernigan had 4 catches for 61 yards. Cameron Williams coming back after sitting out last week, goes 5 of 10 for
Yeah.
68 yards. Ricky Easterwood goes 2 for 4, 33 yards.
Yeah,
but it comes down to the rushing.
Yeah.
Isaiah Jernigan, the older brother of Isaac, 3 catches for 3 rushes for 88 yards. Cam Williams, 7 rushes, 35 yards. Just go down the line. I mean, just very efficient team. As long as that team doesn't turn the ball over, they're
fine.
They're just fine. So that game against Liberty in 2 weeks is going to be a biggie one.
It is, yeah. I mean, the Driller starters sat after the first half, but only limited Frontier to 68 yards in that first half.
Yeah, so again, another dominating victory for Liberty and BHS in Southwest Yosemite League play. John, the last of the 3 SWL games you were at tonight. Why don't you and give us a little bit from Garza Centennial?
Yeah, well, I've got highlights. Maybe we can get to it later. I was in the middle of putting it onto the server. But, this one, first of all, rough night for Joseph Campbell, who ended up throwing 5 interceptions. But
I thought Kyle Conley threw 5 interceptions.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Kyle Conley threw 5 interceptions. Kyle Conley's the Centennial quarterback. Joseph Campbell plays for Garces. But, Garces made a field goal at the beginning of the fourth quarter to go up.
Hold on. Stop the... Matt Alvarez is watching.
Wow. And Teddy Feinberg is here.
And Teddy Feinberg's here.
So that's big.
All right, you can start the show now.
Yeah, okay. So
Start the show!
now we can do it. Yeah. Now everything's okay. Anyway, Peter Dellis, 36-yard field goal beginning of the fourth quarter. So Garces takes a 17-16 lead at the time.
Okay.
But next field goal he attempts goes wide, apparently. I couldn't really tell. But that was with about 5 minutes left. So Garces gives the ball back to Centennial. Garces is up a point. Centennial's got the ball with 5 minutes left. Well, Brandon Uribe comes up with Caden Uribe, comes up, defensive lineman for Garces, comes up with a pick 6, returns it about 25 yards, gets into the end zone. Then Isaiah Bell, very next pass, picks that off, returns it 40 yards.
Yeah, got to wear the turnover chain for about a minute.
I know.
Had to give it up.
Yeah.
That's true. The thing was making the rounds tonight.
And so, and you think, at that point, Garces has a 31-16 lead. You think maybe the game's over. No.
Of course not.
Centennial, to their credit, Kyle Connolly, DJ Adams, they don't give up. So Connolly finds Adams for a 7-yard touchdown pass.
Another big game for Adams.
Another huge game for him.
Yeah. He was wearing number 23 today, which was weird, but luckily I saw him on the sideline before the game, so I was like, okay, I know who that is, so now I'm not confused. But Centennial recovers the onside kick, Adams gets his 10th catch of the day, fighting for yards inside, around the 12, 15-yard line, just happens to fumble it. Garces gets the ball back and goes into sort of victory formation in shotgun, which was weird. It's kind of like they wanted Centennial to have another chance in case the snap went high or low. But anyway, Garces ends up holding on for the win.
Was that not the perfect Centennial game? Like 6
The only
turnovers.
close games I've been to are
should they
Centennial
have won?
games.
Yep.
No, I don't think so. Garces missed its chances. They missed 2 field goals in the game. They had better offense. They started to run the ball well in the second half, but didn't finish here and there. Centennial was kind of more of the, 60-yard touchdown pass to DJ Adams here, 44-yard pass to DJ Adams here. So they were kind of relying on the big play, whereas Garces, seemed to have better momentum on the offensive end, and obviously the defense played better.
Yeah,
Have you guys talked about Trevor's game yet?
No.
Okay, great. Because
I
think this was the best, most competitive night of football this year.
I agree.
Yeah.
So here we have the SWIL now, 3 weeks into the regular season. Liberty and BHS 3-0. Garces in second place at 2-1. Centennial's now 1-2. And you got Stockdale and Frontier bringing up the rear at 0-3 both. So there you have the Southwest Yosemite League. Here's the game that I was at, Teddy, that you were just talking about. This was 2-0 at the half.
This game was like...
If you picked this game to be 2-0 at the half, you need to go get yourself 15 lottery tickets. No, just one lottery ticket because you're good.
I felt like Trevor, so correct me if I'm wrong, but so 2-0's 2-0, but I felt like in a way this was a crazy game because it was 2-0. There were a couple defensive scores. Then there was a 75-yard bomb. Like, I felt like it was like so boring. It was weird, but then it got really crazy late.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So let's go through the highlights, Diana, real quick. So BHS 2-0 in league play going in. Ridgeview also 2-0 in league play. BCHS, obviously the first year in the SWIL. Here, Ridgeview has the ball. Justin Henzo gets tackled by...
Fumble!
Yep. Ben Urosic.
Get out of the end
and
zone.
then it is.
Where are you going?
And then the safety for BCHS. And that's your lone score of the first half. So
was
here we go
incredible.
all the way into the
Then this
third
happened.
quarter. Yep, here we go. What a catch there by Alex Wallace over Chris Thompson from the Jacob Moran pass. Goes 61 yards down to the 9. Then there's a
thought that
Ridgeview
was picked up.
penalty.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a good pick. And then, nope.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was a pick at first by Thompson, and then 3 plays later in a penalty, Dante Harris with his lone touchdown, 1 yard variety makes it 10-0 in the third quarter. Harris had a nice game, workmanlike. 79 yards, I think, on 20 carries. And then Ridgeview finally gets on the board. There was 13 seconds left in the third. Fabian Guillen with a 31-yard field goal. So we got 10-3 game right now. And then both teams are just kind of trading punts back and forth. And then BCH has the ball. Jacob Moran drops back, trying to look for somebody. Can't find anything. Finally gets hit.
How did he not get hurt
taken
there?
down. Nice tackle there. And then finally Justin Spainhauer picks it up in the end zone for the touchdown. So here we have 5.5 minutes left in the game, and we're tied at 10. And we only have one offensive touchdown, and that was a 1-yard touchdown, which you just saw. So here's a crazy game. Ben Urosic, big game defensively. And then here with 2:13 left, Jacob Moran drops back, fires, wide open Keontae Glinton at the 45 and goes the distance.
Wow.
75-yard touchdown pass, and that would be the finale. Ridgeview had a chance late in the final drive, but great defense by Glinton and Chris Gutierrez in the secondary. Ben Urosic, 3 sacks. Big defensive battle. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the defenses. They played great, but the offenses looked just abysmal. I mean, you think about it. Jacob Moran had 186 passing yards. 137 of those came on the two plays that you just saw. So, I mean, it was boom or bust tonight. Yeah. And then, Ridgeview's offense couldn't get anything going. You didn't see Elijah Alexander-Williams until the fourth quarter when he actually had a couple good runs that got him into the red zone, but they weren't able to capitalize into the end zone. And then it was crazy, too, when you think about Taj Wright almost non-existent. Dalen DeGraffenry didn't get a start tonight. He hadn't practiced much this week, so he was held out much of the first half. Only had one catch for 6 yards. But here you have BCHS, a team that had won 20 consecutive games in the SSL, and now under Darren Carr, they're now 3-0 in league play, and they've never lost a league game with Darren Carr and that coaching staff at the helm. So there you have it.
Monumental win.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, when you think about it, now they have they have 2 D1 wins over St. Joe and over Ridgeview, and a D2 win over Garces. Mm-hmm. So BCHS, now granted, San Joaquin Memorial is playing fantastic football right now, and they got another big win in the CMAC in a 41-14 win over an uptick Edison team. So Memorial obviously is in the number 1 team in D3, but BCHS
making the argument.
Yeah, if the defense can play like this, Ben Urosic, Tate, and Inningberg, I mean, those guys just – there was one play, so Urosic had that sack, he had another sack, but his best play that I thought defensively was he had a backside pursuit on Henzo at one point that – forced them into a 4th and 4 and had to go for it on like the 9-yard line. He came from the backside and chased Henzo all the way around from probably one hash mark to the other, and finally chased him down and brought him down just behind the line of scrimmage. So it's pretty incredible to see that guy, and there's a reason why that guy is getting Pac-12 offers. Yeah. Pretty incredible play, and Darren Carr had just tweeted to us.
Totally talking smack. Yeah,
dude, we said yesterday, Darren, that this was a kind of a toss-up game. And it turned out to be a toss-up game, just a defensive battle.
Well,
and I had mentioned I thought more of us would have picked BCHS, but
I definitely thought Ridgeview was going to win the game for sure. Like I thought it would be a close game. I thought BCHS had a talented team, but I thought Ridgeview had a hair more talent. I think I didn't
expect Ridgeview to have 0 offensive points either. So
no doubt.
Yeah. I thought.
Well, the problem was that Henzo never had any time. Well, neither did Moran really, other than those 2 passes that he was able to connect on those 2 long plays. I mean, both quarterbacks were under distress almost all night long.
Yeah, the time I saw BCH, I saw them play twice, but week 1, they really control the defensive front in that game, too, for sure.
Diana obviously wants us to move on.
That Independence score's been sitting there.
So, here's a big one next week, Independence BCHS. Yeah. Both 3-0 in league play after the Falcons, 35-20 win over West. West now 3-5, 0-3 in league. And here we are again, Tyler Schillhobble. Obviously, we've got a big story coming tomorrow online and in Sunday's California about Shell Hobble and him being a first-year head coach. But here's the Falcons. They won 7 games last year. It's a school record, and now they're 6-2 with 2 games left in the regular season. They're 3-0 in league play. So you got a big showdown for first place next week against BCHS at home for Independence. So
I think they want more consistent offensive teams.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like every week, 25 to 35 points.
Yep. So there you have it. West, obviously injury depleted right now. Not really, can't really get anything going.
No.
Put up some points tonight, but again, they're 0-3 in league play. Independence is now 3-0. And then finally in the last SYL game.
This was a heartbreaker.
So close.
So close, Golden Valley. They actually had the lead 6-0 before Tehachapi took the lead in the second half. So
Tehachapi scored in the fourth quarter.
They led the whole game.
Yeah,
the entire game.
6-0 the whole game, and then Tehachapi finally gets a touchdown late in the fourth quarter to hold on for the 7-6 victory. So Tehachapi gets the first win in league. They're now 2-6 overall, 1-2 in Golden Valley.
Like I said, this was their best chance, and they probably gave it their all. So.
This was a J-Ben
Yeah.
heartbreaker.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call it what it is.
At least they got to play a close game and
and
score first. And
The weird thing too is when they went up 6-0, that was their second lead of the season.
Yeah, that was our
Yeah.
first question. We actually were like, was this their first lead of the year? And Josh went back and looked. I really want to know how Tehachapi scored.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah, it was
crazy.
interesting. Yeah,
But there you have Golden Valley, just a tough run of a season for them. Likely one of 2 teams that are probably going to go winless in Kern County this year. So tough run for the Bulldogs. But Tehachapi does get that much-needed second win.
Yep.
When you think about it, it's been 67 years since they've only had 2 wins in a season. So the Warriors really kind of needed this one to, kind of right the ship just a little bit. Let's move into the SCYL now.
who expected this to happen? Nobody.
Anybody want to? Here's the thing: BCHS moves in the SYL. They're now 3-0 in league play. East moves from the SYL and the SCYL. And guess what? East is alone atop the standings in the SCYL at 3-0. They have
Foothill and Highland left, so assuming they beat Foothill, they're going to at least get a share of the league title this year.
And in fairness to us, I think we thought it would be a close game. I thought it would be a very close game.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a win, but I thought East would definitely compete.
I thought North, on a 4-game win streak since starting the season 0-3 was kind of righting the ship, and they were playing like the dominating team in the SCYL. And then here come the Blades, Chad Greider,
Although
Griders know how to coach, man.
They do, yeah. But I mean, East got some help too. North had 12 first half penalties.
12 for like a
Shooting themselves
buck
in the
40.
foot. Yeah. Awful discipline, but
and on East home field too,
Yeah.
they came out and they fought.
Well, I thought both teams
So
were on a
kudos
roll.
to the Blades, really,
Yeah.
when you think about it. New coaching staff, Richard Lara, we talked about him yesterday in today's paper about how he had some things at home that they had to deal with. They righted the ship. He's now leading the way. And
yeah, he had himself a good game too. Yeah.
what do you got stats-wise for us?
11 carries, 29 yards, and a 21-yard rushing touchdown for him. And he 10 for 18, 158 in the air, and a touchdown. East, the cushion was a pick 6 from Phillips. So.
Phillips had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2
in the
picks,
game.
1 went for a touchdown. So that was the decider there.
Yeah.
So just penalties and turnovers for North, and East took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And now they're in the driver's seat
Yeah, which is
with
pretty
win over
remarkable,
North and
too,
a
when
win
you
over
think
South
about,
too.
Yeah, when you think about it, pretty remarkable.
You guys know who they got next week?
Foothill.
They got Foothill. Okay.
Yeah, and then they closed with Highland. So.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So moving on, Highland, big win over Foothill tonight. The Scots now 5-3 overall and 2-1 league play. Foothill, much like Golden Valley, 0-8, 0-3 in league play.
Yeah.
Nick Solis, who has replaced A.J. Cleveland at quarterback after Cleveland broke his ankle in week 4. He's hopefully going to be back for the playoffs. But Nick Solis, 3 touchdown passes. Nate Jackson had a receiving touchdown. Plus, he had a block punt and a touchdown. Roy Valdez had 3 sacks for the Scots as they get a big victory tonight over Foothill.
Makes next week's South Highland game very interesting.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
Pseudo-elimination game.
Pseudo-elimination for the
Losers
league
out
title,
of the running, yeah.
and then the winner still has a chance for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Let's move on and why that matters too, because South got the big victory tonight, 53-0 over Miramonte. So after the Rebels had kind of faltered in the last 3 weeks offensively, they right this ship over a Miramonte team. And I talked to Christian Johnson. He goes, we just don't have the players. We don't have the athletes to compete against some of these teams in this league, like North and South and Highland. So South now 5-3 overall. They're 2-1 in league play, tied for second place with Highland and North.
Yeah, North's got Miramonte next week, so you got to expect them to win. So
Yep.
South or Highland, one of them's done next week as far as the SCYL race.
I love it,
goes,
man.
yeah.
This is it's starting to turn into, the Southwest Yosemite League is 2 teams. The Southeast Yosemite League, or the South Yosemite League, I think is still 3 teams. I think Ridgew's still
Ridgew's
in the
not
mix.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not out. They're still in the mix. And then SCYL 3-team race.
4-team now.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty incredible when you
Yeah.
think about how much diversity there is with these teams. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly. And week 11, you got Highland East and North South, 2 massive games now.
Yeah, I'm excited about this
Yeah.
stuff. Let's move into the SSL, and ladies and gentlemen, we're getting what we wanted, and that's 2 teams, 8-0 next week at Shafter after Kennedy annihilates McFarland tonight.
Yeah, that's annihilates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
70-0. Tyreek Walker, 3 touchdowns. Jacani Sandoval, 3 touchdowns. Johnny Carilla had 2. Luis Perez had another 2, according to head coach Mario Milan. And the Thunderbirds roll. They're now 8-0 and 4-0 in league, tied for first place with Shafter, who's also 8-0 and 4-0. They were on a bye. You saw the guys here on the show yesterday. So we're getting exactly what we want. And it sounds like, Teddy, can I break the news about next week, what we're doing?
Oh, yeah, Trevor.
This post-game show next week, because we're going to have some issues downtown where they're going to turn the power off on us. We're taking the show on the road. We're going to Shafter. Post-game show next week at Shafter on the field. Me and Teddy. We're gonna have the winning coach and players on the show. Hopefully, the fans will stick around with us. But
It'll
we're
be the
gonna
best
do
show
this
of the year.
on
Metis
the
is,
road
Metis is
next
coming
week.
too. Metis is coming too.
I mean, yeah,
Am I?
yeah. Wherever you're at on Friday night,
gonna drive
you're
it.
looking up
We're really
and you're
bringing
showing
news
up.
to Metis, yeah.
But I'm really excited about that. I love the fact that we get to do this game on the road. The SSL is back to where, we've talked about all year. It's back to the way it should be. It's an all-county league, and it's competitive. And you've got Shafter and Kenny right at the top, and Wasco is just below the 2 of them. Obviously, after Wasco gave Kennedy their toughest game of the year 2 weeks ago. So we're getting 2 teams. The top 2 teams in D5 are going to go head-to-head at Shafter.
Yeah.
And as far as, and you guys all know how much fun Shafter loves to have on Friday night. So it's going to be a spectacle.
I
And I'm
mean,
excited about it.
winner of this game not only gets the South Dakota League championship more than likely, but they're going to get the number 1 seed.
They're going to likely get the 1 seed. Carruthers obviously is going to have a little say-so in that, but I don't really
Sure,
see.
but, yeah.
But
I mean, if you're going to roll in 10-0 league champs, I mean,
well, and you're going to beat the other team.
Yeah,
that was probably going to
exactly.
be the 2 or 3 seed. You got to give them the 1 seed exactly.
Yeah, 'cause this is gonna be your
as
signature
long
win,
as
so.
Shafter. If Shafter is able to win this one and then beat Wasco in the regular season finale at Wasco, yes, they need to be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
If Kennedy wins this one and they win out, if they beat Shafter, they're going to win out in week 11 and be 10-0. Yes, whoever wins this game next week should be the 1 seed.
Yeah,
just
so-
based off the fact of next week's game is so big for
Absolutely.
Division 5.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Moving on, Wasco victorious. Close one. Close.
Yeah, it was 26-10 going into the 4th, and Arvin with 2 touchdowns almost sealed the deal, but it just couldn't dig themselves out of the hole.
Almost made me look smart.
So Chad Martinez doing a great job in his first full season as head coach
Yeah.
at Wasco. They're now 6-2 and 3-1 in league. You got to figure they're going to be 7-2 and 4-1 in league when they host Shafter in the longest standing rivalry in state history. So
Yep.
a lot of fun for that game. So Shafter's got 2 huge games to finish out the regular season against Kennedy and Wasco.
They really do, for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah,
And-
and Arvin, no team to sneeze at, gave it a good try.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, I
very
mean,
game tonight.
This is another game that shows, Arvin's a solid team this year. This isn't the team of last year or
Yeah.
anything like
Years
that.
past.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, I'm going to say it again. Edgar Maris, the most underappreciated, undervalued coach in Kern County. The guy does wonders with that program.
Yeah.
Yep. And the final game in the SSL, Chavez, 19-0 win over Taft. Taft's season just spiraling down. 6-game losing streak. They're now 0-4 in league play, while Chavez, after going winless last year, 0-9, now 3-6 and 2-3 in league play. So kudos to the Titans, kind of righting the ship a little bit, winning the games that they're supposed to win. So Chavez victorious tonight. A few other games of note in the High Desert League. Kern Valley loses again to Boron 28-21. The Bobcats now 3-6 overall, 2-1 in league play. Kern Valley now 1-8, 0-3 in league. Their win was back on August 24th against Silver Valley at a Yermo.
Game that was 8-7 at the half in favor of Boron, so competitive the entire game.
Yep, very much so. The other HDL game tonight, Bishop, big win over Rosamond, 59-24. Bishop is now in the driver's seat in the HDL. They're now 2-0 and 6-2 overall, while Rosamond falls to 2-6 and 0-2 overall. And then Cal City was supposed to get a game off. Oh, sorry, we'll get into that in just a second. Burroughs winless season. So actually we talk about 3 teams in Kern County that might go 0-10 this year.
Yeah.
With Burroughs now falling 41-6 to Serrano out of Flan. Burroughs are now 0-8 and 0-3 in Mojave River League. And then
But like you said, their best 2 chances are coming up.
Yeah, they do have 2 chances against 2 teams that have losing records. So, you got to hope that maybe something will get right. The ship will get righted. And then we talk about all the lightning storms down in Southern California. Cal City's non-league game against LA Brentwood actually went for naught. The game was postponed. I think Brentwood was up pretty big.
They're only up 7-0 in the second. They postponed it for about an hour, and they just kind of got tired of waiting.
Yeah, and since this is a non-league game, it doesn't matter for the playoffs.
Yeah.
They are not going to reschedule this game because you have nowhere to reschedule it.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Yeah, you can't push back the postseason just to make up a non-league game. So this game will be canceled. So Cal City remains 4-3 overall, and they're 2-0 in league play. So
got a free trip to LA.
Yeah, exactly. Cal City and Bishop likely will be battling for the league title in 2 weeks. And then an 8-man ball, Desert lost to Trona tonight. So the Scorpions are now 2-5 overall in 8-man. And then Fraser Mountain plays tomorrow night. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Competitive night. Finally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there were like 4 or 5 really good games. I mean, like at least close games on the scoreboard, and that honestly, the thing about close high school football games that the endings then are usually pretty crazy, and you saw
exactly.
that. Yeah, so it was cool.
I mean, John, you saw a little bit of craziness tonight. I saw a little bit of craziness. Yep. Steve Lynch saw a little bit of craziness with East beating South, and BCHS. I mean, this win for BCHS really is big. It likely puts them in the top 10 in our Central Section rankings, because now, like I said, they've got wins over St. Joe and Garces and El Riggio, and so they've got big wins. I mean, they're not going to jump over San Joaquin Memorial for a high seed in D3, but they're a team that can defensively play good football. If we look around the county tonight or around the section tonight, Clovis West gets their first win of the season. They beat Clovis East 20-14. Bullard gets a big win over number 21 Madera 49-27. Rigetti out of Santa Maria beat Arroyo Grande in Mountain League ball 46-24.
Yeah,
so
first win over Arroyo
Rigetti.
Grande in 9 years for them.
That's incredible. And then Dinuba, number 14, beat Kingsburg 47-35. Kingsburg's ranked number 11.
Yeah.
So we had a couple upsets, and we talked about the Memorial Edison game earlier. And then Tulare Western keeps rolling.
Yep.
They beat Mission Oak 49-0.
Buchanan beat Clovis 28-7, and then last
and
night,
Carruthers still undefeated in D5.
Yeah.
They beat Riverdale tonight 50-7.
And last night Central beat Clovis North 48-14, so they're still 1-2. But.
Yep. Teddy, you got any final thoughts?
It was just nice to see like a bunch of competitive games. It was nice to see like the 3 primary games that we cover go well. Just have to be close.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all, ladies and gentlemen. I shaved my beard off a couple days ago. And the crazy thing about it, like a mountain man I am, it grows right back, and I look like Darren Carr. Thank you, Josh Bennett, for this treat.
You're welcome. I couldn't stand seeing you clean shaven any longer.
Yeah, neither can my wife.
Kristen's going to be thrilled with that look.
Oh, she loves it, man.
You do look better with that on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. John, you got any final parting gifts?
Man, the Garces defense just they came to play aside from some big plays that they let up. They looked like there were at times in the BHS game last week where they were able to, make some plays, and I thought, okay, they're doing pretty well. And against Centennial, fourth quarter, when push came to shove, they made the plays they had to.
I love the fact that Ricky Easterwood's dad and Anthony Ramirez's dad right now are just having a conversation on the comment section on this right now. So, gentlemen,
Right.
have at it.
Yeah, that's what we
Enjoy
do, right?
yourself.
Facilitate conversation.
Yeah, we are.
Bringing the community together.
It itches. Josh, you got anything?
Shout out to the Blades. I mean, they had a very bad non-league schedule, and then here they come just busting the door in of the SEYL and just taking over. Like it's incredible for a new team to go into a new league and just completely take over like they have.
But it also shows you that the move to put East
yeah.
in the SEYL was the right move.
Absolutely.
This is the league
Yeah.
they're supposed to be in. It is the East Side League, and this is where they're supposed to be, and this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted a really competitive league with 6 teams in it, and guess what? We got it.
Yeah,
and
and-
BCHS was not meant to be in the SSL.
No, never,
They're supposed to be in the
yeah.
SYL, and they're proving it.
Yep.
So the league realignments this year are rounding in the form properly.
Yeah, and not to downplay the SEYL, but maybe those years in the SYL that East went through is kind of paying off for them.
Yeah, they got to see a better level of competition week in and week out in league play. Okay, so week 9 is in the books. We've only got 2 weeks left in the regular season before the playoffs start. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, this is crazy. This season has just gone by in a
Yeah.
blink. So we're going to take a break for the weekend. I'll hopefully be back at some point next week.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, got some personal stuff to take care of at home, but I know that Teddy and John and Josh will pick up the slack for as long as
Mostly
I'm
Josh.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly Josh.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, Bennett, definitely 85%.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
And safe travels tomorrow
Yep.
for you.
Yeah.
Assuming
It's-
they even have a game.
Yeah, it's pouring down rain in Ventura, so
So
hopefully that stuff
I
clears
didn't
out
even
before
know there was
BC's
any
game
sort
at
of weather
Ventura next
issues.
week. So
Yeah.
you do whatever you need to do.
I
You
mean-
need to go to Barrel House 101 like I told you for lunch.
I mean, 95% of the games played down there got canceled. So, yeah.
Yeah, canceled or the league games got postponed.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I think it's Jay Sarah Bishop Amat is being postponed until 10:30 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's
Which is
a
nuts.
couple games they postponed on Monday, so we can
Yeah.
get some Monday Night Football down there too. So.
Cool.
Hey.
Yeah, if you guys
Prime
want to get up
time.
early and go down south and watch some good football, you got a bunch of high school football all day long.
Yeah.
And then you got USC Colorado at night too, and the Dodgers. They got to look for a reclamation tomorrow and game 2. Maybe we'll get Corbin Burns in the action for the Brewers tomorrow.
We probably will. They went through a lot of.
They went through a
Bolton
lot,
guys
so
tonight,
we're still waiting to see Corbin. We got some college football. Jordan Love, he's in Vegas this weekend. Utah State's going against the Rebels. That is tomorrow night, right? That wasn't tonight, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay, cool. All right, with that, thank you to Diane Rodriguez, as always, our director, Teddy Feinberg, John Mettis, Josh Bennett. I am Trevor Horn. This is BVarsity Live, post-game show brought to you by Grapevine MSP and Motor City Buick GMC. We will see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Bye-bye.